So this is kind of a build off of my most recent video where I built a brand new account and took it from 0 to 1K real followers in under a week using no automation. So if you haven't checked that out, I strongly encourage you to do so right here. It'll also be linked down below. Go check it out there. So what I did there is I essentially implemented the follow for follow strategy to build an account from 0 to 1,000 real followers in under a week using no automation whatsoever. And a point of note that I made in that previous video was about action blocks in 2019 and how many there are out there and how many users are receiving these action blocks. So this video is all about that topic, about action blocks in 2019, why you're receiving them, how to avoid them, and how to get rid of them if you have them. That's what we're gonna be talking about today. So stick around to the end. We're gonna cover it all. Instagram's crazy right now. It's crazy. Let's talk about it. So Instagram has changed their algorithm to be far more strict to users that they think are performing spammy activity. People that they think are buying followers, buying likes, buying comments, etc. They're trying to get rid of that completely, and they're also trying to get rid of anybody using automation. So the remedy for that is to enact these action blocks and to give them out like crazy. So many people are receiving them, even people who aren't doing spammy activity and aren't using any sort of automation. So you're probably wondering, why would Instagram do this? People who've seen my other videos, they're aware that any decision that Instagram makes, it's going to come down to maximizing revenue. And how do they do that? They make the platform more competitive, and they make paying for ads more of a necessity, creating more of a pay to play space on Instagram. And that's not without merit. As much as it may be annoying to us Instagram users and us as marketers, it's actually Instagram's job as a publicly traded business, well, Facebook's is the overarching business, is to maximize the amount of revenue and profit generated for their shareholders. All these decisions made are to increase their primary revenue stream, which is ads. And how they do that, they make it, again, far more competitive and more of a necessity to win by buying ads. So what I mentioned in my previous video, when I went through that experiment as I was building up the theme page, Wolf Army, which I'll pop a picture up right here, as I was going through using the follow for follow method, which works by the way, I was performing far too many actions too quickly. I was receiving a fair amount of this warning right here, which I disregarded. I clicked tell us and then continued to proceed to perform more and more of the actions as soon as I could until I received the same warning. I probably received about 20 to 30, maybe less, maybe more, but in that ballpark. And then finally I was hit with the swift, hard-hitting hand of the Instagram law. I was hit with a 2-week action ban completely on the page. I was not able to comment, not able to like, not able to follow people, not able to unfollow people. So I'll show you the prompt that you get right here. So this is Instagram telling you essentially, you done screwed up. I'll read it to you. You can probably read, but I'm still gonna read it to you. Action blocked. Your account has been temporarily blocked from taking this action. Sharing your account with a service that helps you get more likes or followers goes against our community guidelines. This block will expire September 5th, 2019. Tell us if you think we made a mistake. Well, I did tell them. They didn't care to listen, first of all. September 5th was 2 weeks from the day that I received that prompt the first time. But as you can see through this example, is that every action was done by me personally, and I still received this action block that they said is only supposed to be used by people who are paying for these services for likes, followers, and comments. But I wasn't doing any of that. So that leads into another point that is currently going on right now, is that tons of people are receiving these action blocks that are really just going about their regular day-to-day activity on Instagram, serving their community. One example that I've seen from a ton of Instagram users is simply by replying to a lot of their comments, they get action blocked. So for example, if you're a big page and you get a few hundred comments, obviously you want to reply to those comments. It helps with the algorithm. It also helps to keep a more tight community from your followers. So I've seen users try to reply to a lot of them in a row and actually get action blocked, and they're not able to comment for a few hours. So the same principle applies. If you were to continue to keep doing that, you could essentially get a 2-week action ban across all Instagram on that account, which could be detrimental to you if that's your primary form of business or communication to your audience. So that's something that you definitely want to be aware of and conduct yourself accordingly. So maybe if you get that warning, you might want to slow down a little bit. Like I said, you'll get 20 to 30 warnings in that ballpark before they actually hit you with the 2 weeks, but it's something that you want to be aware of. Another point of note, which was super, super scary, was when I actually received the 2-week action block on the Wolf Army, it also hit all of my other accounts on the IP address. So every other account that I was signed into on my phone. So that was my main account, a bunch of other accounts that I run for myself as well as clients. that all got hit with an action block at the same time. I was shitting bricks. I was super concerned about that. Luckily, it didn't last for a long time. I contacted Instagram, and within a day, it was lifted on all the other accounts, but that was still really, really scary. So be aware that that might be something that happens to you, and you might have to reach out to Instagram or wait a few hours for them to correct the mistake. That should really say to you that this is something that they're trying to implement, but they've definitely not perfected, seeing as so many users are getting this prompt illegitimately. And even if you look at it to what they're saying, I didn't use any service. I didn't pay for anything. Every action was done by a user. So there's definitely some flaws in the system and things that they need to implement, because I was going ham, mind you. Yes, I was clicking that thing like crazy, following people, trying to grow that account. Still, it's kind of a contradicting statement, because they say you can't use services to get likes and followers, but I didn't do that. So if you've received one of these, you're not alone. So don't be too concerned. There's tons of other people who are going through it as well. If you have received it and you're trying to get rid of it, the best route that I would say is to try to wait it out. Typically, they're going to give a bunch of warnings where it's just going to be a timed stoppage or block. Then if it gets to a point where they hit you with the 2 weeks like me, you probably have to wait it out. You also do have the option to contact Instagram, which I did. They won't get back to you or anything, but I did notice that after I did that a few times, they did lift the action blocks on the accounts that were given it illegitimately. So that's something that you may need to do. I just contacted them right through the app. I'll walk you through it. So I'll share my phone with you right here. So I just went to my account. I hit this little burger thing right here, I think. Yeah, I went to settings, and then I went to help, and then I clicked report a problem. Something isn't working. I typed it in here, providing all the examples that I could to stake my claim, and then quickly after that, they did lift them on all the other accounts, like I mentioned. So to summarize this real quickly, essentially, Instagram is being far more strict in throwing out action blocks left and right to try to reduce the amount of people that are buying fake likes, buying comments, as well as people who are using software, automation, and bots to try to grow accounts. It's become nearly impossible to use any of that stuff anymore, but even people who aren't are still receiving these action blocks. Again, it comes down to dollars and cents. Instagram is doing this to try to crack down, make the platform more competitive, and increase the amount of people buying ads on the platform. If you're one of the people who are experiencing action blocks, let me know in the comments down below. Tell me what you experienced, what it was like, how long they blocked you out for, and what was the activity that you think that caused it. Some wild times on Instagram. Wild times. So hopefully this is something that they can fix, something that they can work out, and hopefully we can get some more concrete guidelines as to what's acceptable and what's not. Because again, I wasn't actually doing anything that I wasn't allowed to do, but I still received that 2-week action block, which is pretty big deal, especially if that was an account that I really cared about. If you've received the action block, I feel your pain. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. I hope this video was informative. If you have any more specific questions about the action block or Instagram in general, let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it right now. Do it right now. Do it. I'm going to continue to bring videos every Monday and Friday. That's my promise that I've made to you and myself for the next year. You're going to expect a video from me every single Monday and every single Friday. Smash the like button or click it softly, whatever you're into. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're not action blocked. Hope you're crushing it on Instagram, and I hope you have a great, great day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Keep killing it. Keep crushing it. Peace.